Hey there, Joseph Long again, and this is a sumo-sized health and fitness discussion. Today, we're talking about smoking and nicotine. If you are looking to lose weight, or perhaps be inspired, be sure to subscribe below. I used to smoke 2 packs of cigars every day. And I'm not talking Swisher Sweets. I'm talking the dark, thick, rich kind of Black and Mild. If you've never heard of them, they produce a thick, flavorful smoke that has a very intense and distinctive smell. Before I started smoking those, I was smoking almost 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Yeah, not the healthiest of habits. But it's been over 9 years since I've had a cigarette, and I haven't looked back. I don't regret it at all. Easily the best decision ever for my health. By the way, my pocketbook appreciates it as well. Now, I still have a long ways to go to improve my health. But I'm glad I conquered my addiction to nicotine because it showed me I do have the strength to conquer my other addictions. I've come so far since I quit, and I'm so thankful that I found the strength to quit. When I was smoking, I never thought I would be able to stop. Once I finally did quit, I realized I was just looking for a reason not to walk away from it. I started smoking when I was in 6th grade. My parents smoked all my life, so it just seemed a natural progression to me of somebody growing up. They never approved, and more than once I was in big trouble for sneaking cigarettes from them. They did what they could to stop me, but as I'm sure most parents know, sometimes you can't control your young ones. They're gonna make their own decisions. I continued to smoke off and on all the way to high school, and that's when my addiction really started. I got a job at a restaurant, and I started asking my coworkers to buy me cigarettes. They were always more than happy. 16 years old, no bills except for my gas bill. I probably spent about half the money that I earned as a teenager on cigarettes. I stayed smoking cigarettes for years. I just never had a want to smoke anything else. And eventually I reached the point where I was smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day. That's when a friend of mine introduced me to Swisher Sweets. He too has quit since then. But he showed me I would smoke less often, but the smoke was more intense. It wasn't long after that I started smoking Black and Milds. And before long, I was smoking 2 packs a day of those. After 3 years of heavy cigar smoking, it finally caught up to me, and I started having some breathing issues. Now, I know when I walk, you guys see that I still have some breathing issues, but it was bad. It would be while I was sitting down, I would get out of breath. I don't miss that, by the way. Right around when that started happening, e-cigarettes started taking off as a safer alternative to smoking. I wanted to be healthier, so I decided to make the switch. Now, the plan from the start was always to use that to cut down slowly and quit. And I did eventually do that. It just took much longer than I expected. See, the original plan was to just buy a couple bottles of juice, and when I ran out, just stop. But I always found a reason to go and get more juice. It wasn't until my e-cigarette broke, and I just didn't want to replace it, that I was able to quit. And I really do believe the e-cigarette made it much easier to walk away from smoking. By the time it broke though, I was ready to quit, and it was just like flipping a switch in my head. Then I started having a different problem. Whenever I would hang out with anyone that would smoke, I would get sick, which made it difficult for family gatherings, considering My mother and father smoked at the time. My dad has since quit. My mom, probably never gonna quit, but I still love her. It's funny though, everybody talks about how they always have a desire for a cigarette after they quit. And I've never ever had that. And I really do believe it has to do with how I approached quitting. I made it a conscious choice to step down and step down and step down. And then I just stopped. If you're having trouble quitting smoking, it is a path. And it has success stories. Just don't get addicted to the e-cigarettes, because in the end, they're just as bad as smoking. Nicotine is a poison. But it was the best decision I ever made for my health. And if you're having health troubles, probably going to be the best one for yours. That's all I have time for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Laters.